Hey everyone, it's Ariel in Cleveland. Of course, I'm here for the big Jake Paul Tyron Woodley fight, available globally on Showtime pay-per-view. But before the fight on Sunday night, it's a good old-fashioned MVP face-to-face. It's Woodley, it's Paul, pay-per-view Sunday, but we're going face-to-face first. Check it out. All right, welcome to MVP face-to-face. That's Jake Paul, that's Tyron Woodley. I'm Ariel Helwani. Of course, we're here for the mega event this Sunday night, available globally via Showtime pay-per-view. Shout out to the good folks over at Barstool Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of this great event. Here's the hat. All right, guys, let's get to it. Jake, do you think Tyron Woodley respects you?
I don't think he does. I don't think he respects me at all. He called me a clown yesterday, and that really hurt my feelings.
I think you're being facetious.
I'm hurt, Ariel.
Do you think he respects you as a fighter?
I don't think he does. I think he has underestimated me and my ability. But I think deep down, I see him breathing right now. I see it through his shirt. His heart rate is sky high right now. I think deep down he knows what's coming, but he doesn't want to face that. And he's trying to convince himself, oh, this kid's not that good, this kid's not that good. But he knows, deep down, his coaches know. GT knows. He knows what I'm made of, and I think he knows what's coming. 2 days from now, I see it. You're afraid. Your back's up against the wall. You're like a dog in a cage, scared, lashing out like you did yesterday. Emotion. You're trying to pull it together, but you've never been on this big of a stage at all. The pressure's cracking you. So I think, to answer your question, he doesn't respect me. But I think deep down, he knows that he has to respect me. That's where the confusion comes from. You're going to see that on Sunday when he gets hit with that first jab. He's going to break him.
I couldn't even interrupt. He practiced that fucking monologue all morning. He had it down to a T. He had his emotions in there. He had his little segues. So I wanted to let him get that off. He's using his acting chops. But at the end of the day, I really don't have anything to say about it. I'm here to fight. I already said what I need to say.
You're here to fight.
Let me finish. Let a man talk. Child, quiet, silence. So at the end of the day, what he's saying is malarkey. Everything he's saying is stage, is practice, is rehearsed. He's been in the mirror. This is all a game to him. It's a bucket list that if he happens to do it, ooh, I did it. No, this ain't a game to me. When you call this a career, dude, don't ever fucking refer to what you've done so far as a career. It's disrespect to every motherfucker that's put in real work, real time, 16, 17 years in the pain of a career. That's what this is. So do I respect him? I respect anybody that's on the dotted line. Everybody got a chance to land a lucky one. So I've trained as if I'm fighting the very best, the most elite, and I'm prepared to walk in there against anybody. So I really don't have much to say. I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Well, I'm curious. He said you've never been on a stage like this before. You fought at Madison Square Garden.
I let that happen because it was just such a dope ass. I gotta give you a props. That was a dope ass monologue. I mean, if I was watching the movie and somebody was doing that shit, then I'm like, damn, it's kind of creepy. Oh, he's a bad guy. Oh, he's a heel. Yeah.
So when you sit here and you have fought at MSG and you have fought Robbie Lawler and Wonder Boy Thompson and all these legends, Darren Till, etc., and you see Jake Paul with 3 pro fights say this about you, what goes on in your body? What's going on in your mind when you're listening to this?
I mean, the same thing that everybody else hears when they hear it. You can look. I mean, if you have any access to any smart device, internet, you can go and Google it. You can look it up. You can do a search for it. So
search for what?
It doesn't greatness. Greatness, you won't find your name near that.
Near greatness.
So at the end of the day,
this is the biggest payday of your life?
At the end of the day,
I gave you?
At the end of the day, what I think is it's an act, and people before allowed that to get to them, get underneath their skin, and really take them off focus and really take it lightly. And I just chose not to partake in it. I didn't watch all the social media malarkey and going back and forth with the fucking memes and all that. He's a child. And sometimes a child got to get their ass spanked and learn a lesson. And that's what's going to happen on Sunday.
Jake, you said you chose Tyron as your next opponent.
Yeah, his nickname is the Chosen One.
Right. Why did you choose him?
He's the perfect body to add content to my highlight reel. He fits the part. He's buff. He's got the belts, the name, the pay-per-view sellability. You know, he acts like a gangster. You know, when shit goes down, he creates altercations.
I create altercations?
Are you referring to yesterday? Thursday press conference?
That is one thing I'm referring to, yeah.
But couldn't someone say that that was as a result of things said by your team? How did he create that?
I think he created by saying he was going to beat someone up on my team.
Did things change after Thursday? Did it become more personal? Your mom got
It
involved.
was already personal when he signed the dotted line.
Why was it personal?
I was already on 100 from jump. It was nothing that could have happened yesterday.
Is it because I knocked out your friend?
No, it's because you signed a contract.
So you didn't care that I knocked out your friend?
In your mind, you thought. You
didn't care that I knocked out your friend?
Doesn't bother me. He tries. My mind is a fucking fortress, bro. I don't let words and I don't let emotions get involved with me. Yeah.
So what happened in the last couple of fights you had?
What happened to your last couple of fights? What happened to the last couple of world titles you fought? What happened to the last couple of greatest you fought?
I'm 4-0 and 4
You fought
KOs.
against a YouTuber, a basketball player,
Look at that.
and my dog Ben Askren, who's not even really technically known for striking, that was retired.
Got
Am I
you
right or wrong?
Got you stumbling. Got you heated there, didn't
I had you stumbling the whole time.
Huh?
Stuttering the whole time, unsure the whole time.
Why are you so mad right now?
I'm not mad. I'm really just wanting to get this shit over with so I can go fucking eat some food and lay down and watch some Netflix. To be honest.
You said recently that, you know, you put out this picture and you're like, look what I was doing 5 years ago, look what he was doing 5 years ago. He was winning UFC welterweight title. I was in high school or maybe just out of high school.
Middle school.
Is it surreal for you to be sitting in front of arguably
one of your idols? Somebody you played on a UFC video game?
Never
Somebody you was a fan of? I got receipts and videos.
Go off, daddy.
I got receipts and
Tell
videos
us all.
of you being
Brag,
a fan.
daddy. Brag. Yep. Is that it? Where are the rest of your accolades?
I don't need accolades.
Because none of that.
I'm certified.
None of that's helping you today.
I'm certified.
You did all of those things, but still ended up broke somehow.
This dude funny. This dude hilarious.
Is it surreal for you to be fighting a guy?
Is it surreal for you to be fighting me?
Not at all.
How does it feel?
You're a speed bump.
How does it feel?
It feels like, you know, when you're in a car.
Speed is what you're going to see.
And you go over a
Bumps
speed bump.
is what you're going to have when you leave out of the
And you go over a speed bump, that's how it feels. It's like, oh, that was definitely a speed bump.
You're going to see speed.
I had to slow down to go over that bump, but
Speaking of bumps,
went right over it.
Those little bumps you had on your face kind of alarmed me. You wouldn't be having to take PEDs, are you?
Listen, if you want to build in excuses right now,
no, I'm just asking.
Go ahead.
Because I was just wondering. I looked at your face. It looked kind of serious. You had some rage and you're acting all unorthodox. You know, those are signs of the PEDs.
I'm enraged. I'm not enraged at all.
Are you taking PEDs?
No, sir.
Not at all. Okay.
No, sir. We're getting drug tested.
You got a couple people in your camp that you might want to evaluate. See how solid they are.
Are we getting drug tested? Or are we not?
People have accused you of that in the past.
Yeah, I think they're building in excuses. I love it. I look at it as a compliment.
I beat a lot of people on steroids. So I take it as flattering that you feel like you got to take an extra supplement to raise your level to where I'm at.
That's Do you think he's on PEDs?
I don't care. You can be on horse tranquilizer steroids. You can get a whole new body from Walmart. You're still getting slept.
Speaking of accusations, after the Askren fight, a lot of people, including UFC President Dana White, insinuated he took a dive. And now people are saying, oh, is Tyron going to take a dive? Is
he didn't take a dive. He got hit with a fucking punch.
Insinuated. I don't believe it. But it has been said.
He got hit. I couldn't even really see it. I was behind the upright. But yeah, he got hit with a punch. He didn't take a dive. And no fighter takes dives. That's the silliest thing. Like, maybe back in the 1920s. But what person going to say, okay, I'm going to let you hit me with a punch and knock me unconscious for money? I'm not.
Well, that's what you're doing.
Do you think
So you're saying I'm taking a dive? You're paying me to lose?
No, I'm saying
Sounds
that
stupid,
you're going to get hit with a punch.
Listen to the question. Am I taking a dive?
You're going to get hit with a punch
Just saying,
and go down to the canvas regardless.
Oh, my God.
Do you think he's going to look for a way out? People said
One of the best guys behind the
Cool.
desk.
Well then, great.
Of course.
You're a self-proclaimed expert. So when I beat
I'm not.
you,
That's what I'm called. I'm an analyst. I'm an expert analyst. That's
well, you
what
just
we do.
or you just called yourself.
And
an
I basically
expert. So
just
that would
told
mean you're a
you that
self-proclaimed
I know as an
expert.
expert that it takes more than 2 or 3 minutes to do say what you said.
Okay, so
About him, yeah, he got a good right hand.
right hand.
Good right hand.
What about the left?
I mean,
I've noticed him
I
talk.
ain't seen the left hand a lot, but I mean, it looked like he set up his right hand with a jab.
Earlier today, I spoke to his head trainer, BJ Flores, and he said that he thinks as the fight goes on longer, it's actually worse for you. I think conventional wisdom would be you've gone 25 minutes, so you'd be more comfortable, but he thinks you're going to get really tired very early, first round.
Like a lunch, my dog. Like a lunch. I'm not going to get tired of it. I'm going to be punching with the same power first if we make it to the 8th. So, cardio conditioning, how we talking? Cardio conditioning is not going to be an effect. We've trained to throw power every fucking round. Every opportunity we see to do damage, we're gonna do that. And it's not my first big fight. It's not the jitters like, oh my God, it's a big fight. No, I've been in a lot of big fights. When was the last time I was not in a big fight? You know what I mean? So for me, I'm just gonna go out there and do what I need to do. Sorry about that. Go ahead, young man.
I was just wondering, like, what are you gonna do to fix your fatigue issues? You know, especially since you're gonna be coming in with
Well, I
more
didn't
weight.
take steroids like you did, so I mean, I guess run, maybe.
You're
Cardio?
accusing me of something that we get drug tested for. Do you realize how dumb you sound?
You realize how dumb you sound like? Did I tell you where I live at? It's documented. You can look up the stats and see. That still sounds dumb.
I don't speak that language.
So you agree with the assessment, though, if this fight goes longer, it actually benefits you and not him?
Yeah, I mean,
How many times have you went 25 minutes?
He has fatigue issues.
How many times have you went 25 minutes?
Dozens
In
and
a
dozens
fight.
and dozens
In
and
a fight.
dozens. Dozens of times in
In
the
a
gym.
fight.
Dozens of times.
Not with the guys that are shadow
in the
boxing
gym
so you can feel good.
with
Let you hit
people
him with
who
he
are
knocked him
better
out.
than you.
You grabbed a dude from Starbucks and threw a hey girl.
People who are
hit him.
better than you.
Fell down and you put on video.
I love doing these face-to-faces because you can see.
How many times have you done
can
face
see-
to faces?
This is my 5th, so I love doing these.
You only had 3 fights, but you had 5 face to faces.
No, I've had
Oh, with
4
me.
fights, and this is my
You have
5th.
4 fights?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, maybe go study that.
My bad. Shit. Let me give you a credit.
But I love doing
One
these
more
because
fight.
it shows like how much he's underestimating me, and this fight just became that much more easy from a mental standpoint because it's like I know he didn't prepare the proper way.
Right.
If you think this is gonna be some easy shit,
I've had 30 street fights. Less known for regular fights.
Ferguson.
For
You got
regular
that
fights.
Ferguson?
For regular fights.
Man, you hard as hell. Man, you're a gangster.
You're hard as hell.
Oh, you're a gangster,
you're
bro.
dressed.
I've always wanted to meet a real gangster. What an honor.
Hilarious.
Thank you.
You got West Side on your shirt. You at home? You at home?
I still want to hear
Let me see you
freestyle.
let me see you throw the West Side up. Let me
I
see
still
your
want to
fingers do
hear a freestyle.
that. Let me see your shirt throw the West Side up.
Can we go freestyle?
You from the West Side of Cleveland?
We don't just want to with a
They don't even
freestyle.
like you in your own city.
We want to hear with a freestyle.
Silly.
So as we get closer to the fight, and as
Yeah, we close.
we're pretty close, I mean,
We didn't even need to do this. We 2 days away. Shit.
well, I think people like to see the interaction.
They like to see this goofy stuff, and I ain't a goofy. I feel like he's reducing me down to his level to even be fucking having these childish conversations. Let's play spades or some shit.
Well, I'm just wondering, in your opinion, you know, I mentioned this to you on Monday. One could say there's a lot of pressure on you, right?
None. I'm just training to fight. No pressure. The only pressure I have is the pressure to perform.
You're representing a
Pressure to do well.
sport.
I'm representing myself and my family and my coaches that put in blood, sweat, and tears. That's what I'm representing. I don't take on the extra pressure. He got the pressure
Why?
because he's fighting a fucking legend. He gonna see what it is on Sunday. He got the pressure, not me. He the one that thought it was cute to fight in his hometown. How many people asked you for tickets and all that, and long lost cousins and everybody hitting him up? I'm relaxing. I told everybody from the beginning, I'm telling you no, so you know. I told everybody no. I made it clear. Distractions out, because I've been there. I've been the young fighter that did all the videos, did all the interviews, did all the shit that looked cool, had all the sponsors. I did all that shit. But I went out there and I fucking didn't perform the way I wanted to. So now, phones are here. Take my phone. Phone's getting grabbed today. I want to have them and just lock in the zone out.
Is there more pressure on you? Hometown, legend, 4th pro fight?
No pressure. I was built.
You've talked a lot. You've picked the fight, right?
Yeah.
Not only with him, but with an entire sport.
Yeah,
With
I
the
love
president
this.
of the biggest organization. So there's a lot of people who are rooting for you to fail, right? In addition to people who are rooting for you to succeed, there's no doubt about that. You don't feel any of that pressure.
Nope, this is another sparring session. You know, if I would have felt that pressure, I would have felt it the last fight. I would have felt it in my first fight when there was 30,000 people in Manchester Arena, you know, screaming out, "Fuck Jake Paul." In my first fight, I had no idea what I was doing. If I didn't feel it then, what's there to feel now? And by the way, when I go up against guys in the gym who are way tougher than this, whatever you'd call them, this legend, and beat them, that gives me the confidence. This is another sparring session. And by the way, when I spar in the gym, I have to go 8-10 rounds, like my coach tells me. In this fight, it can be over in 1 round, and I can go home and go to the after party. I know I'm gonna win, so why would I have pressure?
Why are you bringing the world famous tattoo artist, Tattoo Baby, to this fight?
Well, we made a bet, and I'm a man of my word, and when he loses, I'm sending her into his locker room to get the tattoo that says, "I love Jake Paul."
One, I'm not finna let nobody that this dude ever knew in his life touch me. Two, I'm not losing, so he brought the person that he trusts that's done artwork for him to give him a tattoo.
Will you go through
For
with
sure.
that?
No, like whatever he wants to think.
Will you go through with that?
With what?
Of course he'll go through with it.
If it doesn't-
He's a fucking
It's
troll.
not possible for me to lose.
He's a troll. Of course he's gonna go through with it. You know,
Some
this
things
is
in
a part
life
of-
just aren't
It's a part
possible.
of his life. Like, he's a vlogger. This is what they do. Like, what are you gonna just? It's a
Does it
story.
upset you
It's a
that you're
story.
saying all this and then
It don't,
when you get
nothing
knocked
affects
out,
me, dude. Check
this,
my heart rate. It's probably
all of
33,
this,
37.
all of this footage is going to be used against you to be like, oh,
Ain't nothing.
you
No weapon formed
underestimated the
against me
shit out
shall
of me.
prosper, my man. That's biblical. Go joke that.
Wow, Jesus, nice.
Can I ask you, as we're rounding third here, guys, and I appreciate the time, you've said you've watched a little bit of his fights. You know who he is, of course. I know you're an MMA fan. His last few fights, what do you see when you see Tyron Woodley out there?
See, someone who got his soul snatched and who is clawing to survive. And I see someone who, without me, would have been a broke 40-year-old rapper on a couch with his mama.
Make sure y'all down.
With
Let's
no-
Go Big.
with-
OT Genesis Tyron Woodley.
with
Going
no-
crazy. Video
with
out today.
nothing going on for him. Someone snatched his soul in one of his fights. He hasn't been able to get it back.
I was supposed to reply to that.
Well,
What do you want me to just re-tee me up?
Okay. Well, here's the thing. This is just, I'm just being real. It is a 4-fight losing streak. And people have said you were stuck in neutral. And people have said, where's the Tyron who blasted Koscheck? Where's the Tyron who beat up Darren Till in Dallas? Where's the Tyron who did this and that? Is that Tyron going to show up?
All
on
those
Sunday?
Tyrons are dead. Those Tyrons that knocked out Robbie in record-breaking time. That Tyron that stomped
You
Darren
actually
Till.
didn't knock out Robbie. It was a knockdown and then it was a TKO. You don't actually have knockout power.
When you go look back at him,
Especially at 190.
single legging the referee, you'll change your
Especially
mind.
at 190.
So at the end of the day, let the grown people talk.
I'm just really wondering
So-
how that